Welcome, 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 family. Come on in, make yourself at home. I just want to tell you, welcome. You know what I like, those thumbs ups, those hearts. Do me a favor, share the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, hey, make sure you get a thumbs up, those hearts, all that good stuff. Jump in the comments. If you're watching on replay, say hashtag replay, and because I want to get a lot of interaction today. Let me get off and start with saying why we need to be on Twitter if we're as part of the ADOS family. Twitter is where most of the up-to-the-minute political happenings are going on. Yes, there's a lot on Facebook, but that's more for kind of interaction. The stuff that's popping is on Twitter. Also, it's most of where Antonio and Yvette do their work. Also, Dr. Darity, Dr. Cosby, just on and on and on. Plus the CBC and 45. So all political stuff is happening on Twitter, but a lot of times people get frustrated because Twitter moves really, really quick. And so what I want to show you today is just some few little tips and few little things to make your time on Twitter a whole lot more productive. So first, let's start with your profile. So let's go here, and I'm going to be doing things on the desktop version, but a lot of this stuff you can see. Look at that. Just as I'm talking, 4 tweets right there. So that's why people can get really frustrated. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like a river. It just keeps happening. 5, just like that. But I'm going to show you how to make your time more productive. So first, we want to start our profile. Go here, click on profile, little picture up there, profile. And what I want you to do, we're going to edit it, all right? And here are the things that you can change. If you're ADOS, this is for ADOS, but you know, this is for anybody actually, but specifically for those of the ADOS movement, you can put anything up as your name. Now, you can't change your address, which is the @ShawnEHill2. That's my Twitter handle, as what they call it. But for your name, it can be anything. So you see, I put Shawn E. Hill /ADOS in my name. You want to do that so you're recognized as ADOS, so you can be found. Also, in your profile description, fill that out. It takes just a second. Make sure you fill out your profile, your description. I like to use a picture. You don't have to. You can use an avatar, but you just seem more real, like a more real human if you use a picture. So that's the first tip. Make sure you use your name and your description has ADOS in it, hashtag ADOS, because then it's easier for you to be found. Second thing is called our list. So what is a list? A list is what you create so that you can navigate a whole lot easier on your timeline. So let me show you I have what's called a new Black Media List. If I click here, it has 6 members. See how I can look at all this timeline just of the members. So this is all Yvette, it's Antonio, and here it is over here. Professor Black Truth, Antonio Moore, Iron Me, Breaking Brown. When you create a list, all you see on this particular timeline is exactly those people. You don't see all the people that you're following, because on your regular timeline, you see all the tweets of everybody that you're following. When you create a list, all you see is just the ones you want to see. So let me show you how easy it is to create a list. So you go here and create list, and I was already starting on one. We're going to call this Yvette and Tone, and we're going to make it public. Let me get here. Well, let me go here. Let me get out of that. Let me try that. Let me start this again. Save list. This, for some reason, it's not saving. Let me refresh. But it actually is really easy to create one. All right, let's see. Let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Making it public and saving it. All right. Now, who do I want to add to my list? Well, Yvette, Cornell. And there it is. There she is. So that's profile. I go here and add to that list. And then you just X out of it. When you do that, click here, add, person's already added. So now if I want to go back to my list here, I want to add Tony. This is a quick example. Now I've got 3 lists. Yvette and Tone. When I click on it, all I see is hers. What she's retweeted, what she's posted, all of this is hers. If I add Antonio, it's going to be the same thing for him. So that's a real quick way. See how quiet this is? See how much easier it is to read and navigate? And you can do everything. You can like, you can retweet, all that good stuff right from here. So that's tip number 2, is to create a list. Tip number 3 is to then, so you've done your profile, you do that once, you're done. Then what I do every day, I come to my list, I check out my list, and you get your list, go here, your profile, list, it brings you your list, and you can check that out. So that's step number 2, what I do. Step number 3 is I go to my notifications, and there are 2 types of notifications. One is mentions. In other words, this person mentioned me in their post. When they retweeted or posted something, they mentioned me. So I always go to my mentions first. Then I go to my notifications. This is the person retweeted something I said. This person liked it. That's a retweet. That's people that are adding themselves, that are following me. So then I go here and I can interact with people, because remember, Twitter is also about interacting with other people. So we went from our list, real quiet, just what you want to see. Now we will do our mentions. People mention you because you want to mention them back, you know, retweet them, all that good stuff. And then you go to your all list, and it shows you everything: retweets, likes, people who were added. So see how easy that is? So now you've done that, boom, boom, boom. Here's one of the things I want to show you. So how do you, in the last, well, not the last thing, one of the last things, you have to be patient, because building up on Twitter, it takes a while. It takes a while, and you're going to get there, but it takes a while. Here's one of the last things I want to show you. So let me go to my list. You can do this. Well, here's another thing really quick is, let's say, for instance, you want to find out all the people that are talking about ADOS. So we go here, and this is the top tweets. We got the Yvette. We got the people. See how she put ADOS in the name? She's following me. Just a smart person. Obviously, a really sharp person. And we got that. And so you can actually look by a hashtag to see who is talking about that particular hashtag. Once again, making things very easy for you. Now, let me show you one last piece about adding people, and why it's also very important. You want to put ADOS at least either in your name or your description, preferably both. All right. So now you can click here on this particular tweet, and it's going to bring that tweet up. Here's a great way to add people, because here's what happens. When you follow some people, there's about 20%, 25% that's going to follow you back. Now, it takes a while, but over time, you're going to build up the followers. And don't worry about the ratio of following to follow ratio. That's not really that big of an issue. But the thing about it is, you have to kind of do it slowly over time, or it'll give you a warning if you start adding people too quick. But here's the top secret right here. Also, oh yeah, here's the top secret. Let me do this first, and then I'll get to that. Click on retweets, because likes, likes are like, oh, that's cool. It's kind of the same thing on Facebook. You can like something, and that's a certain level of engagement, but for you to share it, that's a higher level of endorsement, right? So go here, click on that. You see where it says retweets? You click on that, and you can see the people who've actually retweeted a portion of them. For some reason, it doesn't give you all of them. It does give you a portion of them. And then what you can go through here, you can go through here and follow people from here. And you see most of I've already done this, so most of the people I've already followed, and see why it's important to put ADOS in either your name or your description, or both, because a lot of times I just don't want to follow people who just to follow them. They may not be, but then again, they might. So what I'll do is I'll click on follow. Give me this here. Sorry about that. So I click on follow. Click on follow, and I'm really looking for ADOS. See, that's really what I'm looking for. I know that person's probably going to follow me back. But I mean, you can follow in here. But like I said, if you go too fast, it'll say, hey, slow down. You know, Black Native American, okay. Real Black Media, okay. You just go through, and a lot of these people will follow you back. All right. One last thing, and actually I'm going to make another video. I'm going to finish this, we'll wrap this up, and make another video about a specific tool that you can use, because I want to show you that in a separate video different from this one. But one last thing, you always want to make it as easy as possible for somebody to follow you. So when you're talking about somebody following you there and they say, hey, can you give me your address online? Obviously, if you're talking to the person, it's going to be a little, you won't be able to do this. But online, when you're giving somebody what they call your handle or your address, always go to Twitter if you can and click here and see here is really your address. If you just give them at SeanEHill.com, they're going to have to come to Twitter. You have to put it in, pull you up, follow you, a lot of different steps. But if all you do is just give them this link, they can click on the link. They're going to go right to your profile. Boom, they can hit that follow button. Simple and easy. All right, so that's it. So just to recap, real quickly, we want to make sure that we're getting our profile set up correctly. Simple, simple, simple. Make sure ADOS is in your name or in your description or both. I do both. I like to do both. We want to make sure we create our list. So we go to our list. Then we want to make sure we look at our mentions and notifications. So we go to our notifications. We check there. We check mentions, and then we go to all. Then we go to a person's profile that we're following, like Yvette or Tone. Click on one of their tweets, click on retweets, follow people from there. And last but not least, when somebody asks you for your profile, you click on the link here and you send them the link. You just don't send them at SeanEHill2. You click on the profile and you send them the link. I found, like I said, I'm going to cut this one off now. I'm going to make a separate video if this has helped you. And also, I want to make sure you get some people following you today. So put your Twitter in the comments. Whether you're watching this on Facebook, put them in the comments, and I'll follow you back. And if you're watching it on YouTube, put them in the comments, and I'll follow you back. All right, fam. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hearts, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that bell. Come back in about a few minutes if you're watching me on Facebook, because I'm going to be right back to tell you about a tool that's going to make this a whole lot easier. See you in just a few minutes, fam. Talk to you later. Don't forget, put your comments in, put your Twitter handle in the comments.